Good morning, Vietnam. Oh, sorry, no, wrong one. This is the Frying Pan Podcast, number one pop culture podcast in the entirety of the United States, and I am. Hold on. And just like that, I'm back. Hi, hello, how are you? Lovely day we're having. If you haven't noticed, it's going up on a Friday, not a Thursday anymore. I think I'm changing it to Fridays. Literally, no good reason. I honestly don't have a good reason for it, but I think it's just I don't know. It's actually just kind of easier for me with how like my schedule throughout the week works. So Friday is it. And if you have a problem with that, I'm sorry. Hit me up about it. If you want it on another day, you want it on like a Monday, I can make it happen. Sunday, any day but Thursday, sure, guys, not a problem. I'm happy to help. I'm a happy guy. Um, let's see. Anything new with me? Not entirely. Same old in my neck of the woods. We're just vibing, having a good time these days, living life. But let me tell you, there's a lot that's been kind of going on. Also, sorry about last week's episode being dog shit. Um, Safe to say I probably wasn't doing the best out there, but it is what it is. Some days are better than others, but you just gotta, shake it off, get back up. Some days are better, some days are worse. It's just the way it is. Let me think. Anything? No, nothing exciting. But let me tell you, we got essentially like one big thing we want to talk about because it's kind of fucking. I don't know why it popped off, but it did. Well, to start, shout out my boy Joe. We're not gonna really talk politics, but a man's already turned over a lot of the shitty decisions Trump made, like the one that I thought was interesting and kind of comedic, where it was like a ban on like the military wouldn't allow transgender people in. When for people that are around my age that I went to high school, army recruiters are fucking relentless. Dude, I don't know if like they get paid commission by like scooping up a kid that like doesn't want to be in the army, but like they somehow get him and like that's how they make their profit of doing what they do. But holy fuck, like I've had friends where they just get like random texts. Like it's like you have no idea how they got your number, but they somehow have it. And they're just like, "Oh, hey Dan, and it's like, who is this? How do you get my number?" And it's like, "Oh, remember me? It's Ron, the recruiter." And it's like, "Ron, do I look like the type of fucking guy that go to war? No. I'm a little baby back bitch. I don't want to get out of my bed most days. How am I going to get on to fucking do anything for anyone? Understand, man." But it's like, I don't know. So he overturned that, which is like, it's just like, dude, they go after anyone. Army recruiters are relentless. Like they'll kill you and then just like use your like lifeless body as like a puppet and be like, "Yep, he signed up for it. He wanted to do this is what he wanted." Maybe not exactly. So like if you're an army recruiter out there, hey, don't get mad at me. It is what it is. But no, dude, I just have such bad memories of like those fucks trying to like get me to go fight for my country or find something. I mean, for some people, hey, it works. I have a few friends in high school that joined the army and they're living good lives now, so I'm happy for them. But Lord knows it fucking could not be me. But so he overturned that. I think there was like a Muslim ban of some sort that he overturned, and then the other thing he mentioned was taking a step towards climate change. So, shout out Joe, coming in swinging. You love to see it, but the main meat and potatoes of this episode. I don't know if you've been living under a rock or if you just don't understand, but I'm here to explain it. So, I'm not a stock person by no means. I don't really have any money invested in anything, I don't think. I think I might have like a year ago, but Lord knows how it's doing now. I wouldn't even tell you what I don't even remember what I invested in, regardless. So what happened was GameStop you know, it's so ironic because it's like GameStop stock went up 125% just like out of the blue and no one understood it. And like initially I was like, how the fuck can GameStop stock go up when like I come in with a PS5 and I'm like, hey, I want to return this, and they're like, we'll give you $30 in a hand job, and I'm like, I don't think you can legally do that. First off, like, okay, like I remember we when me and my sister were young, we had like a fuck ton of I don't know if it was GameCube games or if it was PS2 games, but like I think we upgraded to like a Wii or PS3, and we were returning like 50 games, and we got like maybe $50 for it. It was ridiculous, but I'm not surprised. But anyways, so stock goes up, and everyone's like, "What the fuck's going on?" But apparently, I'm not a big Reddit person either. But apparently, there's a subreddit called Wall Street Bets, and a bunch of people were like, "Hey, these fucks can't get away with this." Which those being hedge funds, which apparently, all right. So what happened is, or what they do essentially is, it's like gambling on stocks, but it's entirely legal. So they all put money on that, like the stock will go down or be on the decline, and it being GameStop, bit of a dying company. Hate to say it, but like they don't really withstand the test of time, so they go downhill, or they're going downhill, and like a whole bunch of people in the subreddit were like, nah, fuck that. So they invested a fuck ton of money. So all those billionaires that put millions of dollars into hoping that GameStop would tank just lost a lot of money, which perfectly okay with. Eat the rich, eat my ass, I don't care. But yeah, the absolute outrage from rich people is incredible, and it's just like, I saw a great tweet of it where it was like something today of one of the people, I guess, that had money in it went on whatever news outlet and was like, oh, it's bullshit. They can't get away with this and shit of that nature. And it was essentially like when, say, you were losing like Super Smash Brothers Melee or something, and then instead of losing, you just turned off the GameCube, and then you're like, no, I didn't lose. Like, it's just kind of like that. It's so fucking like childish, and it's entertaining. That's the whole thing of it. It's so entertaining. That's why I've been trying to keep up with it. I haven't invested any money because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with stocks, and I don't care to at this point in my life, I guess. But regardless, so hedge funds are at an outrage. They're like, they can't keep doing this. They can't. We have to take advantage of people's misfortune. Why are they doing this? And so it's GameStop, and I think AMC, and then I think there was a few other companies that people were investing into. And yeah, like hedge funders lost billions of dollars, and they're like, hey, we have to change the structure of the stock market. Like we can't let them do this. Yet they're like bankrupting companies just for their own personal gain. Like, that's essentially what it is, to my knowledge. If anyone can explain it better to me, feel free to reach out in whatever the comments, or you want to email me in the panpodcast@gmail.com. Feel free to hit me up. But to my knowledge, that's what it is. And then today, Robinhood, which is an investing app, decided to commit brand suicide by stopping all purchases of like GameStop, AMC, and all the things that were like popping off. And a lot of people were making, like a lot of like normal people were making good money off it. And we can't let that fly, guys. Normal people making a lot of money? Dude, no way. I'm not going to let it slide. The rich get rich and the poor get poor. It's the way it's always been. Just get with the times, kids. But it's essentially like how they view it. So Robinhood did that, and now I don't know if it's like they were just fully content with like, hey, I don't care about this brand, and just like decide like, hey, let's fucking throw it out the window. But it's like, I don't know, it doesn't make sense in reality to me, unless they were like kind of against, like they're like, hey, you have to do this or else we're shutting you the fuck down, like that kind of thing. Because I wouldn't be surprised if there was like hedge fund people that were just like, hey, if you don't stop this, we'll kill your kid. Something of that nature. And like they obviously they can't say that the kid's dead. It's dramatized. Dramatized. How the fuck you say it? I don't mind, dude. My brain's so foggy these past few days that like is what it is. But so people lost a lot of money, and some people gained a lot of money. It was kind of heartwarming for a lot of people because it was like, oh, with this money, I was finally able to pay for the surgery for my dog instead of having to put it down. Or, oh, I was able to pay for the surgery of my sister. Or, like, oh, I can finally buy whatever, like, pay off my student loans, shit like that. Like, people are using it for, like, actual reasons, but, like, for rich people, it's, I can't buy my third yacht. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. But it's some crazy shit. I don't know where it's gonna go from here. I'll probably have an update next week, but as of right now, a bunch of people sold their GameStop stock. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. But sold their stocks, so now I think instead of being at like a 125% increase, I don't know if it's negative now or if it's at like a 50, but I know a lot of people are trying to essentially hold the door. Game of Thrones reference. Still waiting for season 8. Yeah, people are like holding the line on their stocks. They're like, don't sell. We gotta stand strong. But like inevitably they're probably just gonna lose their money. But it's respectable. It's respectable to go against it. So now rich people are upset. So wham boo boo. I'm sorry you can't afford the 6th yacht, Steven. I'm sorry. It's quite a shame. And then I know some parts of the subreddit got taken down. Like it's Discord, which is like essentially like a community, people talking there, yada yada. You know Discord. Everyone knows it. Not really not, but regardless. So that's that. Very fucking not what I was expecting. And then I saw another tweet that was interesting of like the 4 Wednesdays of January, and it was the first one was the like raid on the Capitol, and the second one was the inauguration, and then fuck, what was the third one? The third one was the inauguration. Second one was something else. Don't worry about it. But then the fourth one was GameStop stock. I did it right that time. Like popping the fuck off, and I don't know, it's insane. I'm tired of like living through history, if that makes sense, because like all these things are going to go down in history of like, oh, this is when like we're living in a fucking pandemic still. So that's going to be one. Being alive when Trump was president, being one of the worst presidents, that's 2. Stock market, 3. Countless people. Just like a bunch of shit, man. It's crazy, but I'm so tired of like living through it. Like, just take me back to like early 2000s, where obviously I was a kid, but it's like, besides 9/11, nothing too major happened. 2008, like stock market crashed. But I'm trying to think, like nothing too crazy happened. I mean, I guess there was the school shootings and shit. That was pretty prominent. Like, that was more like 2010s. Regardless, like obviously, like there's always something interesting throughout the course of time. It is what it is. But just the fact of like, just let me go back to like boring stuff, man. I'm tired. I've lived a long life. I'm 22. I feel like I've been living for like 60 years. I feel like I've aged so much. That's just me being ignorant, to be fair. But regardless, very interesting. I'm excited to see if like in the upcoming weeks if people like hold the line on they're not going to sell in their stocks, or if inevitably they're going to be like, it's not worth it, I gotta sell. But I'll keep you posted. I'll be here. Don't worry about it. But couple other things in the news. I get to shit on baseball. Never been happier. So, Hall of Fame voting, and for the first time ever, literally nobody got inducted to the Hall of Fame, because I guess everyone on the ballot decided like, hey, no one's worthy of getting in. But yeah, I think you had like Barry Bonds, Greg Maddux. Like, you had some pretty big names. I mean, granted, if you remember, Barry Bonds was like steroid era home run leader, but he kind of did steroids, and if you see pictures of him in his earlier years from when he went to the Giants, he literally became 4 times the person. And I don't know if just like during that time everyone was just kind of like, wow, he works out, or if people were like, oh, he's doing steroids. I don't remember how it was back then. I remember I was huge into baseball, but it was like that was one thing early 2000s. You had like home run record and shit. Like that's cool. That's something sick. But yeah, no one got inducted to the Hall of Fame, and it's just like, why does baseball keep wanting to kill itself? Like, let's think about it for a minute. Going to a baseball game, it's a lot of fun. Obviously, like, before a pandemic, it's fun. It's a good time. It's like it's an okay date idea, kind of expensive, but like it's fun. It's cute. Kind of boring to some people, but understandable. But like baseball needs to like add new things to the game, I think. They gotta add obstacles. Like when you're running down first base, you gotta jump through a hoop or something. Or like there's people on the, like you have, instead of 9 people on the field, you got 11. But 2 of them is like one's on the first base line and one's on the third base line. And they're throwing dodgeballs at you as you're running down first. Could you imagine like how entertaining that'd make the game? Would it lose a lot of like competitive integrity? Yeah. But no one fucking cares about baseball anymore, man. It's dying. It's dead. Well, maybe not dead. There's still a lot of people who enjoy baseball. Like, I'll keep up from time to time. Like, there's players that, like, I've grown up, I don't know if idolizing, but kind of. Like, I was very into baseball when I was a kid. So seeing, like, Mike Trout, like, still be dominant through all the years. I think he's getting into, like, his 9th year or something. I was a huge Albert Pujols fan. Still love seeing him, be good. Dude, that dude's like, I'll give one thing to baseball is like a lot of the people that are in it, like a lot of the professionals, you don't see too many like crazy things come out about them. Like, I don't know, I don't know, like football. Ray Lewis killed a guy. There's some random on the Seahawks last week. Oh, this is a crazy story. I don't want to get into it because it's kind of sad, but there was a lineman for the Seattle Seahawks that like essentially like beat his girlfriend to death, or he thought he killed her, and like just ate dinner with her lifeless body, but she's in the hospital now. I don't know the whole shit. I don't know everything about it, so that's just like a synopsis. But like there's always crazy shit, but a lot of baseball it just feels like the worst is, oh, they did performance enhancers, which yeah, it's scummy, but you're not killing people, not physically hurting people, maybe hurting jobs for other people, but you're not a cold-blooded killer, thankfully, hopefully, unless shit comes out. But I don't know, man. Baseball needs to do something, and I love shitting on baseball. Like for over the years, like the amount I loved it growing up, but it's not entertaining anymore. it's it's too slow. Like you think you got football, always going to be entertaining. People hitting each other, always entertaining. The possibility of like pop off plays, super enjoyable, super fucking cool. But god damn, man, they gotta try again. Oh, update. Robinhood users file a class action lawsuit against the company, which totally understandable. And I guess the CEO of Vlad Tenev speaks out after the company decided to restrict trading. What do you say? In order to protect the firm and protect our customers, we had to limit buying these stocks, he tells. Buddy, it ain't it. Ah. Oh, Vlad. Oh, Vlad, you fucked. Dude, and the worst thing is like, that dude cannot start another company. Like, people are gonna remember that dude and they're like, I will not support this guy. Like, that dude dug his own fucking grave. Like, I imagine he had like a gun to his head and there wasn't much he could do, but god damn. I don't know. I mean, obviously, like, I hope not, but I've seen enough movies. Well, that's the thing, is like, it's probably just like mentally like me, like, oh, well, in the movies this happened, but in reality, it's like, that's not how the world works. And we'll figure it out eventually. Maybe. I don't know. Something will come out. Something always comes out, even if it's like years down the road, but you remember from this episode. And then What was there's another one where it's called Dogecoin, like the meme, like that dog, the Shiba Inu, you know the one. If you've been on the internet for the past like 15 years, but apparently they made a cryptocurrency named after that thing, and now it's popping the fuck off. Well, popping the fuck off. It um it is valued at 1 cent right now, but the fact that it was started as a meme and people were able to get it there, very impressive. Good job, internet. Super proud of you. But people are trying to get it to $1. But if you look at the graph of it spiking, $1 seems a bit in the future. But I guess being optimistic is not a bad thing. Oh, fun fact: GameStop jumped again, so that's cool. Good job, guys. In January alone, GameStop has rallied more than 680%. That's ridiculous. That is so insane. Oh my god. I'm trying to think. What else do I have? Oh, Super Bowl's this weekend. Since we're talking about sports and entertaining sports, football's still one of them. And we got Bucks, Chiefs, Brady's Mahomes. I'll set the story. Dude, I feel like I'd be so good for that job of like, being not like an announcer, but like a narrator for like sports things. I do so good at that. Come on. I got such a good voice for it. Well, I guess maybe I don't have the best voice, but like I could edit my voice to be good enough for it. Maybe we'll see. But we got that this weekend. Brady going for number 6, which is disgusting. But the guy's the GOAT, man. You can't argue it. Doesn't really get much better. I mean, he's probably the most winning quarterback we'll ever see. I mean, I guess that's one thing is nice to see about like being a part of history is like for the sake of sports there's been a lot of like really cool shit throughout the years. Granted, like it's just sports, sadly. I mean, like there's been cool things in the world too, but like sports specifically, like the fact that I've been able to like grow up watching Kobe, grow up watching LeBron, grow up watching Brady and his success, grow up watching Mike Trout being one of like the best players of all time. It's very entertaining, very cool. I always find it's always like I always find a way to talk about sports, even though like I don't play them anymore. I don't even keep up with them that much anymore. I just think it's always like there's something to talk about with them. Regardless, though, Super Bowl, and interestingly enough, interestingly enough, uh, I know for a lot of people that like don't play sports or like watch it regularly, they'll always watch a Super Bowl. And I remember as a kid, it'd be like, oh, because the commercials are so good. Well, we kind of don't have that this year. There's a lot of brands pulling out, specifically Budweiser was the main one. And Budweiser, how many years have they been in it? I gotta find the exact year. 37 years straight of having a commercial in the Super Bowl. Not like, were they good commercials? No, it was just like, they had like the Clydesdale one, where it was like a bunch of horses. They probably had like a dog one in there too, because why not? But yeah, no, a lot of people are pulling out just because obviously they didn't make too much this year based on there being a whole pandemic and shit. So that was something. And then, yeah, so they don't have the money to invest, which is understandable, is what it is. But if you're looking for your favorite commercials from your favorite brands out there, I'm sorry. You might have a hard time. It's funny how, like, the commercials for Super Bowl were, like, one of the main selling points and not even the game, where it was just kind of like, if you don't really watch football, hey, at least you got the commercials to watch too, because you're probably watching with like your husband or something, and they're going to be forcing you to watch with them or something of that nature. But regardless, interesting shit. We'll have to see how it goes. I'll probably might watch the Super Bowl, maybe if I can find somewhere that streams it. We got, dude. Let me tell you, I don't know what internet providers you have in your area, but I have Cox, and let me tell you, we got rid of our cables to only pay for internet, and we get a lot. It's like $40 less a month, but holy fuck, do I get throttled? Like I have like 80 ping most of the time, which from going from like 20ish is kind of ridiculous and very obnoxious. Because, like, I can't play a lot of the games I like to play because I just get throttled and I'm just lagging everywhere. And then it's like, oh, that's not fun. But, yeah, dude, I wish I hadn't lived in this area because Cox just kind of sucked regardless. Like, at random point, it'll be like random, like, busy hours where they're just like, all right, we're going to throttle you. Like, it'll be like 2 in the afternoon where, like, you'd think, like, people that are working remote are going to need good internet and they're like, fuck you. And I'm like, okay, fine, whatever, who cares, I guess. But, super fucking weird. I hate Cox. I don't know why they do that to me. They always do me dirty. Now, let me see. Anything new and exciting else going on in the world? Besides the stock, honestly, like, that's been the only thing taking over the news lately, which, like, is fine. I don't got a problem with it. I'm very... it's just, like, I wish I knew more, but, like, the only reason I'm, like, learning about it is just for the fact of, for the podcast, essentially, because I don't know shit about investing, and I don't really care to learn yet in my life. I don't really have the disposable income to invest, so it's like, doesn't matter to me. I mean, granted, like, maybe years to come, sure, but at the moment, no, not happening. But it is really entertaining to see, like, people that also don't know shit about stocks, and they'll, like, watch like a 30 or 20-minute YouTube video on, like, how it works, and they're like, suddenly fucking Leonardo DiCaprio on the Wolf of Wall Street. Like, I'm always so entertained by the people that, like, when they go in on something, they go in like 10 million%. Like, I'm fully for, like, hey, giving your all into something, because why wouldn't you? If you want to get into something, give it your all. I'm not shaming that, but it's like I have friends that, like, they develop like a new persona, and they become different people, and just like, what the fuck, man? It's not that deep. I understand you can get rich, you can get big off stocks quickly, but I guess not quickly, but you can get big. You can become the Wolf of Wall Street, and I guess you're destined to be, but it's not an overnight thing. That takes a lot of time, guys. But sorry, I got distracted. Let's see. Do we got anything interesting else to talk about on these wonderful Friday? Or whenever you listen to it, but it goes up on Friday. You know how it is. You've been here before, hopefully. Well, actually, if you're new, hopefully you're new and you're coming in. We're trying to grow this year to the best of our ability, and we'll see how it goes. I'd like to be able to grow the podcast into something, I don't know, that's the whole thing is, I do it for fun, but obviously, like, I want people to listen to me. I want my voice to be heard by a good amount of people, because I like that. I want attention, is what it is. Don't ever listen to people that are like, oh, I got into it because I really like it. It's like, yeah, that's true, but come on. You know why you're here. You know why you're into this shit. Not just like podcasting, but like anything in terms of like creating a brand or like an audience. People are like, oh, I'm just in it for the love of it. I just love to do this. It's like, you obviously want people to watch you if you weren't doing it in the first place. Don't be a little rat. Don't lie about it. It is what it is. There's no shame in admitting that. Everybody wants attention. Literally everybody. It's human nature. Just get with it. Give it the times. Give it the programs, people. Come on. But other than that, not much. Obviously a big way to help grow the podcast is if you share it with your friends, and they share it with their friends and all that nature. And obviously no fitting in the algorithm of like, hey, this is what's going on, and then you get a title. I'm teaching you everything these days. You get in the algorithm of what's going on in the world, and obviously I'm hopping in on the train of talking about stocks and shit because, hey, that's what's going on in the world. And honestly, it's a nice start to the year. Eating the rich? Fuck yeah, baby. Fuck yeah. We don't care anymore. I'm tired of it. I say is like, I'm the one making a difference. But I mean, like, to the people that like stay strong on that, it's like, cool. At least you're standing up for something that you're interested in. I'm down for that. I like that. But Only time will tell. We'll see how it goes. I'll probably have an update next week for you guys, but as for right now, thank you for listening to the Frying Pan Podcast, the number one pop culture podcast in my apartment complex, hopefully. I don't know. I said that one time, and then I thought to myself, like, what if, like, a Joe Rogan disciple just, like, lives underneath me, and I don't know about it, and they're just popping off, and they got, like, the whole setup down there? Actually, I think my neighbors underneath me are scared of me. Because sometimes I'm loud. I'll admit it. I feel bad, because this is, like, the only apartment I lived in. I'm on the second floor, and there's only 2 floors. And I wonder how obnoxious I am to my neighbors down below. Obviously, like, the floors are carpeted, so it's gonna help muffle the sound a bit. But, like, not like I'm stomping around or anything, but, like, I'm a bit vocal. I won't lie. I talk louder sometimes. It is what it is. So I hope, and they don't send in complaints, or, like, when I see them, they don't, like, give me dirty looks. But to be fair, they're not dirty looks, but they're just like, who the fuck are you kind of looks. And I'm like, shit, man, I didn't know it was this deep. I'm sorry. All right, I'm just rambling. I'm trying to stop rambling, man. I'm trying to be better at it. So, thank you for listening to the podcast. You can find us on literally any audio platform. Most people, Apple Music, Spotify, Stitcher. There's a few others that I know we're on, but I cannot remember the name. Except for SoundCloud. Don't use SoundCloud. SoundCloud's just obnoxious for me. And, like, uploading to it is easy and shit, but it's just like, every time I think SoundCloud, I think of, like, the era of SoundCloud rappers, like Lil Pump and shit, and I'm like, I can't get that image out of my head, and I don't want to be that. So, again, thank you for listening. You know where to find us. If you got any questions or business inquiries, in the panpodcast@gmail.com. Feel free to hit me up there. You can talk to me on Twitter, ETOSTV. I don't even, like, promote our, like, this podcast Twitter and Instagram anymore, because I don't know how to log in. And honestly, I just forget to upload on it anyway, so, like, it is what it is, you know? It is what it is. But regardless, I hope you have a great day. If you're listening to this on Friday, I hope you have a great weekend. And I hope to see you back here for another wonderful week. Love you. Kisses. Goodbye.